Today we're going to be going over center, spread, and shape of distributions. Now this concept is worth 20 points on the average SAT, and so definitely know it to get these points. Our approach is going to be to identify center, spread, and shape of distribution problems. We're going to create a formula to solve them, and then we're going to solve a practice question together. So these questions will often ask about attributes of a distribution, including mean. Now mean is going to be our average number, so if we had like 10, 12, and 14, and we added them all together, divided by 3, we can see that 12 is our mean. And then median is going to be our middle value, so if we had 2, 3, 7, 4, 14, 18, our center would be the 7 one because we have 2 on both sides of it, so 7 would be our median. Mode is the most common one, so if we had 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, 10, we have 2 3s, and so that would be our mode. And then range is going to be the difference between your highest value and your lowest value. And so if we had 1, 10, 25, and 30, our range would be the difference between the biggest value and the smallest. So 30 minus 1, 29 is our range in that made-up example. Now you'll have to solve for these values or understand how they change a distribution if one of the values in the distribution changes. So definitely know what each of these means, memorize it, know how to apply it, and know which ones are sensitive to additions or subtractions. And what I mean by that is if I added another number here to this mean, like if I added 20, this means definitely changing because we're adding a new number and dividing by 4, and so it's going to be a different number. What I mean about median is, let's say our new median values were 1, 2, 3, 7, 14, 18, 20. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Our median is still 7, and so it's resistant to changes on the top and bottom unless it changes the middle number. Mode is going to be the same here. I could add 25 and 80, and the mode is still 3 here because it's the most common, so additions won't affect mode unless it makes a different number the most common one. And then range is definitely going to change with additions if they're the highest or lowest number. So if I added 80 here, my range is going to go to 79 because we have a new highest number. So let's look at our formula for these. First, we're going to understand what you're solving for. Second, we're going to analyze your distribution. And step number 3, we're going to find your center, spread, or shape. So here's an example problem. The table shows the number of mystery novels sold at Brain Buff's bookstore across different months in 2023. What is the value of X such that the mean number of books is 120? Okay, so I'm going to write down what we're looking for. So looking for X. Okay, now I'm going to analyze my distribution, step number 2. I see that we have numbers for August, September, October, and December, but we are missing this November value. And I know it's telling us that this is the mean number, 120, and so we just have to remember our formula for mean. We add up all of our numbers, divide by the amount of numbers, and we get our mean. So let's write this down. 95 plus 85 plus 145 plus X plus 175. They're dividing this by how many numbers we have, which is 5 months, and this equals 120. Okay, so I rewrote our equation here, and I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. So this gives me 95 plus 85 plus 145 plus X plus 175 equals 600. Perfect. And now I just need to subtract all of these numbers from the left side to isolate X, and I get X equals 100. So B is going to be our correct answer. And as we can see, B is right. So these actually have a very interesting Desmos use case. So if we pop over to Desmos, we can see that if we go down to this functions button and scroll down, there's mean, median, min, and all these different statistics that you can use in Desmos. So as you can see up here, I put in all of our values with the correct answer, and it gave me a mean of 120. And so if you were really stuck on this and didn't know how to set up that equation, you could just try all the numbers in the distribution and see which one gave you 120, and Desmos would have gotten you the right answer here. You can also take advantage of median and then min-max and all of those, and so Desmos would be a great tool here to check your work or just do the problem if you didn't know where to start. So good luck on these.